right. So a couple weeks back, one of
Mhm.
the managers comes to me and
Right.
she's like, "Hey, were you over at this particular area earlier today?" And I said, "No, I really didn't go over there today." And she's like, "That's weird because I felt like I heard somebody in that area. I felt like I heard a person there." And then she said, out of nowhere, all this stuff just
Mhm.
collapsed and fell down as if somebody pushed it. And
Okay.
I said, interesting, because I was not over there. But I told her, I said, let me tell you this though, because this happened to me around that same time, same day, but I didn't tell anybody because I thought I might be going crazy. Okay. So I told her, well, earlier today, I was up on the ladder doing something, high up on the ladder. Okay. And I felt somebody walking towards me. You know, when you feel a presence, you feel
Yeah.
somebody like, I thought it was my buddy coming to tell me, like, oh, you could take your break, you can go to lunch or show me something. So I feel a presence walking to the side of me. And then I hear something in my ear, like literally in my ear, right? And I'm like, I do this, I just look. And then I go, huh, I'm on a fucking ladder in the air.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
What was able to get in my ear? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
like somebody walked by and quickly said something to me and then ran away, or something would have to be at the same height as me, is what I'm saying, right? So what the hell did I hear in my ear that made me turn? It sounded like a person, but it wasn't like I didn't hear what they said.
Yeah.
All I heard was like somebody say something or make a noise, and
Like,
I was like, "Uh?" Yeah, like a exactly like mumbling. And I
yeah.
was like, "Uh?" So I told her that, and she was like, "Interesting, right?"
Yeah.
So then the other day, I hear that the alarm went off at night, and we thought that somebody got locked in the store.
Right.
So I go to the big manager and
Yeah.
I ask her about it, and she says, "No, no, no. No one was locked in the store the other night." She said that the security, the alarm tripped, something tripped the camera, but
Okay.
they saw nothing.
Right.
They saw nothing on the camera at all. When they played it back, people came in, they saw nothing. So something moved in the room, but it was not recorded on camera, but something tripped the alarm, right? Then she says, later or earlier that day, one of the managers was, thinking about all the stuff that was going on. So she
Right.
said, "You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn off all the music and everything, and we're gonna walk around in here," because she's like, I don't know if somebody's living here or something like that. So they're walking around and they hear all these noises. They hear like a movement, they hear shuffling, they hear squeaking, but nobody's there. Then my
Damn.
manager proceeds to tell me right after the footage thing, she said, and the other day I was in we have like the big stock room, right? And there's an office in the stock room. So you're way back. And she says, I hear from the office somebody say, "Oh shit," and a bunch of stuff drops.
Oh my God.
She said she runs out because she thinks it's one of us. She
Yeah.
thinks somebody's in the back. And she said she walked out. Nobody was there.
The fuck? Oh my
Yep.
gosh, that's crazy.
Nobody was there.
Oh my
And
God.
she was telling me something about finding like mysterious coins in
Right.
sections of the job that shouldn't be there. Just all kind of creepy shit.
Um, it definitely sounds like it's haunted there, and I feel like if it is, honestly, because I feel like for some reason, like the way that I feel about it is that this is not like a new spirit. I feel like if there is a spirit there, it's not new. It feels like it's been there for a while, and I feel like if it's coming out now where you guys are seeing things like this and hearing things like that and all that stuff, it's because I feel like it's more comfortable to do it. Like I feel like it's in the presence of, kind of not, I don't want to say like something that complements it, like spooky season, but I feel like it almost would make a spirit like that who seems to be a spirit who wants to be more active, feel more comfortable to come out during a time where it's more accepted to, or not even accepted. I feel like more of where it would create more of an impact. Because I feel like if this was happening any other time of the year, I feel like it would still have the same effect, but I feel like it would mean less to y'all in a way. Like I kind of feel like you guys wouldn't speculate too much or really overthink it that. I feel like y'all would think like, oh, this place is haunted, but not really care about it. But I feel like because, obviously it's spooky, there's a lot of energies that are promoting that kind of, like scariness in a way. It's all up for what it could be. It could be anything, but that's what I feel right now. Like I feel like this is linked to something more supernatural. And you're also someone who has a lot of supernatural experiences. So it does not surprise me that you would come across something like this or that, coincidentally, which I don't believe in coincidences, that you would have a job that reflects that kind of energy in your life like it always has. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's very interesting. I honestly think it's really cool. And I feel like it's not a harmful spirit. Definitely. I feel like if it was harmful, y'all would know. But don't fear too much. Don't give it too much power. You already know what the tea is because you don't want to let it be comfortable with like, making y'all question everything basically. But, I feel like keep an eye open and just see what happens. I feel like more will happen.